Camp Doha sits approximately 20 kilometers west of Kuwait City. It is one of the largest American military installations in the Gulf region, a forward logistics hub that has supported every major American operation in the Middle East for the past 3 decades. On any given day, between 8,000 and 12,000 American military personnel are stationed there. Soldiers rotating in and out of combat zones, contractors managing supply chains, intelligence analysts coordinating regional operations. And on the night of March 19th, at approximately 0200 hours local time, an Iranian ballistic missile carrying a 1,500 kilogram warhead struck the base's main logistics compound, where thousands of those personnel were sleeping. The explosion destroyed 3 barracks buildings, collapsed a vehicle maintenance facility, and ignited fires across a fuel storage area that burned for 11 hours. Official casualty figures have not been released, but reports from medical personnel who treated the wounded suggest the numbers are far worse than anything the Pentagon has publicly acknowledged. Camp Doha was never designed to absorb a direct ballistic missile strike. The base was constructed in the early 1990s after the first Gulf War, when the primary threat was conventional ground assault or terrorist attacks on perimeter checkpoints. The barracks buildings that house American soldiers are standard prefabricated structures with minimal blast protection. The vehicle maintenance hangars are sheet metal warehouses designed to shelter equipment from sandstorms, not explosions. And the fuel storage area, which supplies everything from diesel for generators to jet fuel for helicopters, sits in above-ground tanks with basic fire suppression systems that were overwhelmed within minutes of the strike. The missile that hit Camp Doha was not a precision weapon aimed at a high-value target like a command center or an intelligence facility. It was an area saturation strike designed to kill as many people as possible in a densely populated section of the base, and it succeeded. The weapon Iran used was a Ghadr-class medium-range ballistic missile, a system that has been in Iran's arsenal for over a decade. The Ghadr has a range of approximately 1,800 kilometers, more than enough to reach any target in the Gulf from launch sites inside Iran. It carries a warhead that weighs between 650 and 1,500 kilograms depending on the configuration. And while it lacks the precision of more advanced systems like the Fateh hypersonic missiles Iran deployed in previous strikes, it does not need precision when the target is a sprawling military base where thousands of people are concentrated in predictable locations. The Ghadr that struck Camp Doha appears to have been configured with a maximum payload warhead, prioritizing destructive force over accuracy. The impact zone suggests the missile landed within 200 meters of its intended target, which for a weapon of this class, firing from that distance represents entirely acceptable performance. The strike occurred during what American military planners call the rest cycle, the period between 0100 and 0500 hours when the majority of personnel on base are asleep and operational activity is at its lowest. Shift rotations ensure that critical functions like perimeter security, communications, and air defense radar continue operating around the clock.